Hi everyone, it's Carrie with My Friends Call Me Martha, and yes, I got that nickname from my friends because I was so crafty and I am fairly good in the kitchen. So, I think it's a great compliment. I always loved Martha Stewart despite all of what may have happened to her. So anyways, I'll leave it at that. So today I am here. I have been so inspired by the paper pumpkin that we got for the month of August, but there's not even going to be refills available because it was so popular and so many people ordered the paper pumpkin last month. So anyways, there is in the annual catalog this set called Celebrate Sunflowers. There's also a coordinating die set that I will be using today, and I'm kind of going like non-traditional. If you were, hold on one second. If you tuned into my video from the beginning of the week, you saw that I made this card here. So I'm gonna kind of do something. I saw someone make this card using kind of non-traditional colors. They used navy blue. So I'm gonna make two versions of a card using navy blue just to be different, and I thought it worked. I'm actually gonna be using for one of them paper from the Lovely in Linen Designer Series paper. I'm going to be using this print right here. So let's just jump right in. So I'm using a Night of Navy card base. This one is 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5.5. And I do take the time to score my cards. It just takes an extra second. The Stampin' Up! Trimmer actually has a cutting blade and then a scoring blade all on the same cutting plate. So it just makes it super easy, and it's worth the extra time to get things nice and straight. My card base layer is, I'm gonna just double check, 4 inches across by 5 1/4. And I was mindful that I wanted my pattern to go up and down. So sometimes you need to pay attention to that. This one honestly works either way, but for my card here, I wanted it to go up and down. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using ribbon. Literally, I haven't made this card yet. So move that out of the way. And I have a scrap piece of white. And we're going to ink that up good. So there we are. And then I am going to stamp my leaves. I'm going to do Pear Pizzazz. You know what? Nope. Scratch that. I'm going to stay with the Regal family. So I'm going to go with Garden Green. And I'm going to just clean this quickly. This is a great little handy dandy. It's like a sponge. They call it a chamois. It's awesome. I can't say enough about it. I used to use baby wipes, and that just not good for the environment, obviously. And this you can just use forever. I literally have been using that for like a year, and works fabulous. I am going to use my washi tape to hold these in place. I still have not done a YouTube search to find out if there's an easy way to figure out how to line up this die on this sunflower. So literally, I just go around and around until I can figure out. Of course, it's going to be like, oh, wait. There we go. It's like a game. It's like a puzzle. Okay, and then I just, oops, see, I moved it before I could get my tape. And I'm just making sure I kind of have an even border all the way around. And I have a little piece that I kind of keep handy on my little tape dispenser. And I'm using the Mini Boss again, as I am pre-recording this video so that you have something new to see while I am at my crop weekend. And I have all my regular stuff packed, so I'm using my mini one. And like I've said, the mini one is great if that's all you can afford, but I do recommend kind of going with the bigger one. Like I said, for my crop, I'm taking my big one so I don't have to think about which dies and which embossing folders will work. Anything, any size works on the big one. In the catalog, they let you know if something is will work with the mini. If it doesn't have that little symbol of the emboss machine right there with the word mini, it means that you need the regular size. So for this one, it's because of the waves. But there are, like this one is because of this one that it's not going to fit, but many of our stamp sets and dies work well with the mini boss. So do what you can afford. I know crafts supplies are expensive. I did not get my whole craft room in a day. Slowly over time. And now that I'm trying to make some extra income and grow my business, you know, I made the investment and I bought both so that I could have both to show people. So for my ribbon choice, I actually pulled out, this is Starry Sky, which really is like a purpley color, but the ribbon works really good with navy blue. And then I just got a box today of supplies, and this is the natural ribbon, and I actually think this is like perfect for this card. So what I do, regardless if I'm going to tie a bow or whatever, I just cut a piece long enough for the front of a card, and then I use Scotch tape to adhere it to the back. Some people like to go all the way around and then tie your knot, and I just feel like I'm wasting like 3.5 inches, 4 inches of ribbon, and I'm not going to do that because craft supplies are expensive. I guess it's just me being cheap, but I like to save money where I can, and that is one way that I can make ribbon last much longer. Okay, I got some adhesive clearly on my mat. This is my September host code. If anybody is looking to order some Stampin' Up! Supplies, I obviously would be grateful for your business, but if you are already working with another demonstrator, definitely continue to buy your supplies from that person. I'm going to use dimensionals to pop this up. And I'm going to use about 4 because this is quite a large image. And I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do for a sentiment. I kind of like the way this looks by itself. And I'm just going to put it off to the side a little bit. And I am going to tie a knot. So then I just cut a little piece, which is what I would have used. That's probably about the amount that you would have used on the back side that nobody would ever see. This ribbon, it's like very soft. It's really kind of nice. I like missed it the first, so I kind of like how it has those like straggly little pieces of like frayed. I just think it kind of adds a little character. And do I want my leaves? I think I'm not going to use leaves, so I'll use those for another project. And let's do a sentiment, and I'm going to stick with the navy blue, and I had this one from my other card. I can always use thank you cards. Actually, let's go over here because I might need a piece for my other card. And I'm just going to put this with regular tape. Evie, what are you eating, honey? She's eating something she's not supposed to. All right, I love how simple that is. And even though this is cream, I think it just goes really well. Anyways, sometimes I just stand here and admire my work, but not very hard. I'm gonna add a little Wink of Stella, which I know you guys won't see it, but it has a little bit of shimmer, just to give it a little something. I would put embellishments, but I feel like it's just gonna get lost with the busy paper, so I'm just gonna let it be. Now, the other idea that I saw this woman do on her card was she made her kind of own background. So this piece is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And we kind of call this in the Stampin' world, make your own designer series paper. So like I said, it's easier with the bigger stamp set to kind of go like this. That way I can see if I'm getting all the ink on there. And I'm going to start kind of, I like to work on a diagonal. So I'm going to stamp. Now she used the stamp set from the Paper Pumpkin, so it is just for comparison purposes. You can see the sunflower is a lot smaller, so that would work probably better, but where it's too late for any of you to get that, if you do have it, I would recommend doing this technique with the smaller. Like that. I'm just going to do a little bit there, and we're going to do a little piece there. So that is it's a subtle background. And then I am going to stamp on white paper. And I'm wondering if I will want leaves for this one. I might, because I'm not going to put ribbon. Okay, so we're going to cut this out. And again, bear with me as I figure out I know this is painful, right? It's still faster than having to cut this with my scissors, so that's how I justify it. All right, we got it in place. That looks pretty good. Take my piece of washi tape, get my emboss machine. There's instructions too if you're like, oh my god, how does she know how to make, they call it a sandwich. It's right here on the plates telling you exactly what you need to do. And I apologize, the table may shake a little bit. Yeah, I have no idea what my dog is eating. You can also see here, it folds up. The big one does this too to make it easier, so it takes up less space if you don't have a big crafting space. I just took over a room in the house that was like a makeshift office, clutter, mess, and I turned it into a room for me. Actually, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go this way. Nathan, can I help you? I'm still doing a video.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'm using dimensionals to pop up my image. Maybe we'll go off. Okay, and then we're gonna stamp our sentiment. I can always use thank you cards. Like I said, I'm just going to cut it at an angle. This time I might put it on top of my sunflower. So in that case, I am going to use a little bit of regular adhesive and then just put a dimensional on one side. So that it lays nicely, and I might tie a bow. Let's see how this looks with. What is she eating? Can you tell? Can you pick up whatever it is she's trying to eat off the floor?
I thought you're still recording.
I am, but I'm worried she's eating something she's not supposed to.
Can you pause it?
No, I can't. I don't know how to edit videos yet. I'm not that savvy. Okay, so that's one option. I think that's just like too much and it's taking away. I may choose to do a large. Let's close up my ink. Nathan, I do not need this distraction while I'm trying to do this, so please go in the other room. Thank you. Real life. I am so happy they start school tomorrow. So with this, I'm just going to pull this back up and stick it there, just to kind of give it a little bit of interest. Although, you know what? I'm really not super... I'm just going to leave it plain, guys. There we are. I like the simplicity of this. I am going to use my Wink of Stella. I like to do that. It just adds a little bit. Oh, that's interesting. It's actually like pulling some of the color from the center. Ooh, I kind of like that. My scrap paper might not have been my good paper. Excuse me. So there's that. The other thing I had pulled out, like maybe like a little baker's twine bow. That might actually work. I just don't want it to be like too busy. So sometimes I am too picky. Okay. Yeah, see, I think that's probably a little bit better. So I'm going to use a tiny glue dot. And kind of tuck it under. There we are. I think that's cute. It would look good plain too. So whatever you decide. Be creative. All right, guys. So there you have it. Two kind of like actually, let's pull this workstation out of the way and show them off better. There we are. So again, thank you for tuning into my videos. I appreciate all of you who have already subscribed to my channel. Greatly appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me if you would also subscribe if you are new here. And I look forward to stamping with you all again real soon. Thank you.